Dice Company contains fantasy violence, mature themes, and unapologetic bickering. No feelings were hurt in the making of it, but listener discretion is advised. Dice Company will always be free, but it's not free to make. Please consider supporting us on Patreon or Apple Podcasts and get access to our weekly roundtable show Extra Roll. Just follow any of the links in the show notes for this chapter.
In the catacombs beneath Corvus Park, a gathering of the gangs of Nouvelle City is taking place. It is the first time such a gathering has happened, everyone putting aside their differences under the guidance of a charismatic leader. Caesar, the leader of the Fists. In the shadows to the side, under one of the many arches, a man dressed in a smart black suit with neatly parted blonde hair watches the gathering unfold. Next to him, wearing a darkened hood, is a gnome, whose only discernible feature is a few locks of bubblegum pink hair sticking out from under the hood. It smells worse than Slateholme after a festival of grease, if you say so. Look, what are we doing here? We are killing two birds with one stone. And first things first, I am looking to add to my collection. You think there's another one? Are you sure that's wise? We got awfully lucky with the last one. Entering a vault after a heist? I mean, that's pretty reckless, especially for someone like you. Some things are worth the risk, Greta. So what's the other bird you're hoping to kill then? We're scouting. New talent for the job. And right on cue. Here they come.
Look, fellow fighters, we have anarchist royalty with us.
Bardol, Schultz! You're scouting the Ungovernables for a job. I can only presume it's a job where subterfuge and stealth don't matter. Quite, but even those cursed with bombast are useful for certain jobs. You're not thinking of them for the job, are you? Possibly. What about Mustang and Talk? I have run the calculations, and I suspect a team with Cyril, Oberon, and Avros's heir would likely be too complicated to be truly useful. Remember, we're all about useful. The stranger's eye flashes momentarily red as he watches Kyrius stood awkwardly at the back of the room. As you often say, Greta, better the devil you know. Welcome one and all to Dice Company The Ungovernables, where a group of friends weave tales of glory, success and misery under the guise of playing Dungeons and Dragons. My name is Tom, and I'll be your DM through the continuing adventures of this group of heroes framed as villains. Group of heroes framed as villains, please introduce yourselves and tell the audience one fun fact about your characters.
Hi, I'm Scott, and I play Bardol Schultz. This week, Bardol's, continuing to be happy, enjoying his rebellious jaunt through the imperial landscape, finding himself nestled now in this kind of viper's nest of gangs and assortment of people. He was excited and looking forward to rubbing shoulders with like-minded individuals, stirring the fires of rebellion and taking one against the Empire. And instead what has happened is a cavalcade of nonsense, which has ended us in some frantic escape and being shouted at and now hated by a lot of gang members. And Bardol's having a problem with that because it doesn't happen to him very often. People shout at him, fine. But for the most part, they're very friendly. And what actually disheartened him more so was that there was a lot of women shouting at him in a very angry fashion. And he naturally assumed they were surely just shouting at the men, trying to get the men to calm down because they love Bardol. Because he's not quite sure. He's just a little bit, uneasy today. And frankly looking forward to getting his hand on a few gang members so he can interrogate them roughly and find out why they don't like him quite so much.
Hi, my name's Simon. I play Kyrius Midnight. The cavalcade of madness that Scotty has mentioned that is going on, Kyrius is very much used to it. It happens all the time. However, he really does find the fact that he has been set up as an assassin of an innocent person quite personally, especially given that he tried to save said person, yet everybody still hates him. Just because I look like the devil doesn't mean I am the devil.
2 quick fire facts there for you, Dom. That boom, boom. Right
Yep, wasn't at all prepared for it. Not used to it. Love it.
Oh, and good use of the word cavalcade.
Yeah.
Twice.
Fantastic.
Second one doesn't.
Not 100% sure what it means, but the second one doesn't count.
Hi, my name's Micky, and I play Shakh. And here's a fun fact about Shakh. Despite his fearsome appearance and roaring battle cries, Shakh, the half-orc barbarian, once delayed a raid because he spotted a squirrel with a limp. Shakh spent 3 hours nursing it back to health using apple slices and bits of fabric from his own tunic, then gave it a tiny top hat to match his own. Shakh still sends 2 silver pieces weekly to the local barn manager for apples, who in turn feeds the squirrel while Shakh is away.
That is brilliant.
Shakh is a sweetheart. Yeah.
There is zero chance that squirrel is still alive.
That barn manager is
think
just
that
going
it's
2
still
more
alive.
silver. Brilliant.
Yeah. That squirrel got put in a pie.
It might be a magic squirrel.
Lovely bit of squirrel.
Oh, it's so good.
Hi, I'm Mark, and I am playing Knight. Having seen the really awkward way that Bardol tried to comfort Kyrius last week, and being, present and listening closely to that conversation, Knight realised that really the group doesn't have anybody in particular that they can, lean on in emotional crises. Nobody that's particularly good at it anyway. So being that Knight has decided that he is pretty much excellent at everything he chooses to do, he has decided that he is going to work on his therapist's ability and has decided to proactively provide real support to the team around, because he feels like if he can provide them with therapy, it might help him address his own issues.
I want to know how many people are going to die because of this therapy.
Yeah.
This can only end well.
I think Knight is exactly the kind of therapist that Bardol's been looking for. Just that kind of like, well, if they're annoying, you just kill them. Yeah, I agree.
One that wields a very sharp blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Shakh might break Knight.
No, I like the idea of sitting down with Shakh and actually somehow making you cry.
Shakh's quite emotional, actually. You'd be surprised.
You and Egg are probably the most emotionally balanced characters in the entire group, and I'm like,
Yeah, we're lovers.
maybe I can break them somehow.
I'll have you know that Bardol is completely even and is unbreakable by your single mall cop type therapeutic nonsense.
That's what Bardol thinks.
Bardol is a sociopathic narcissist.
Hi, I'm Chris, and I play Egg. My fun fact is a bit short and sweet this week. Since writing his book, he's been thinking back of old stories, and Egg has realised that in his time sailing, he has served under pirates, merchants, and lords. But oddly enough, he found that the pirates were the most honest of the bunch.
I can absolutely believe that. Bit of social commentary there.
Unlike the situation we're in now, where the low lives are the ones stitching us up. But,
I'm wondering where Bardol falls in that little hierarchy of people.
I said at my time at sea. You weren't at my time at sea, were you?
Okay, that's okay,
This is pre-Bardol.
Missed that bit. Fair enough. Well, because Bardol's a sailor as well, you see. So I hear at sea, and I just think
It's what warned me to you.
It's a lot of insecurities of Bardol coming out in the fun fact section.
I know.
Told you, he feels disjointed at the moment. He's had a lot of people kind of booing at him. He doesn't get boos very often, and he now feels like oh, is everything a little bit? He's like, wait a minute, these are criticisms.
Bardol, would you like to talk about this?
As opposed to polish his armour and clean his boots, not like be his counsellor as well.
Oh, I got Knight for that. He's there. $2 an hour.
Some housekeeping. Don't forget to check out our other podcasts, The Tale of Keovala, Extra Roll, and Around the Campfire. Follow us on Bluesky, TikTok, and YouTube. For merchandise, go to dicecompanypodcast.com. Finally, why not come and join the Dicecord Discord server, the greatest place in all of TTRPGs. Links for all of those can be found in the show notes. And please remember, there is nothing worse than a creature which pretends to be one thing and is, in truth, another. So let's turn the page on the next chapter of Dice Company. Previously on the Ungovernables, the gang have been set up, sent to Nouvelle City to bring the gangs into the Greater Rebellion. They were blamed for the assassination of charismatic gang leader Caesar. Out for revenge, they made their way deeper into the catacombs beneath Corvus Park, with no obvious way of escape and an angry mob on their heels.
It wasn't me!
Here it is!
Well, that was an unfortunate turn of events, wasn't it, hey? Curious. Going to assume you had nothing to do with that.
Mate, it wasn't me. You can clearly, given the fact that I can't hit the broadside of a barn door with my daggers at the moment, it definitely wasn't me.
No, I thought that immediately. I thought the second that hit, I thought, well, if only Kyrius could do that, it would have been more handy. Anyway, no. So did anyone happen to see the thrower of daggers? He did come from your direction, after all.
I did have a look when the dagger was thrown in. It come from behind Kyrius, and the person through the doorway ran halt.
Thanks, Egg. Appreciate it.
So there was another one, was there? Did he have red horns too?
Oh, God.
You can hear banging at the door behind you as the angry mob trying to get to you.
Well, yes, we should probably not talk about the nomenclature of nautical things. Perhaps we should get on. I'm curious, we'll talk about this later. Well, I think we may have to, I don't know, kill less people. Let's get on, shall we? Try and figure our way out of this, but tell you how. And Bardol will kind of, run away from the banging door to try and find solace somewhere where we can gather our thoughts safely.
So what are we in?
You're in the catacombs beneath the city.
Catacombs beneath the city. Can I take a good look around?
Absolutely. Give me a perception check, please.
Shakh assists.
Bardol's rattled.
16.
So as you look around, you can see there are worn stone arches which stretch endlessly forward. The acoustics in the place are so precise that every word you say kind of echoes for miles ahead of you. Every step has a ghostly precision to it, as though the walls themselves are listening to every word you say.
Should we get moving, guys?
Are we trying to get back to the ship, or...?
We are trying to find the person that killed Caesar?
Yeah.
Or are we just trying to get on the ship to get the hell out of here?
I would like, given the fact that I have been set up massively, is there anything that I can do to try and work out who or which direction or why this person has killed Caesar? Because I am obviously, I'm already an outcast, but I find it very triggering. Is there any way that I can look at the direction of penetration of the dagger? Is there any way that I can...
The thing is, we would never be able to figure out who that was anyway, because they're gone.
Yeah, we're in another room. You can't pen.
Oh, we have. Yeah, we've moved out, haven't we?
So I think the only thing we can logically do is try and get out, escape, get ourselves visible, so that hopefully whoever was trying to kill Caesar might try and kill us, because we're also a noise, to try and draw them out again.
I like it.
Because we now can't go back. We can't engage with the gangs. We have to kind of... Yeah. And Bardol would think that is a plausible idea, being that he is the noise.
What has happened here reminds me very much of the Two Dwarf Shuffle from Dragon Chess. We were here to unite the gangs against the Empire. Who stands to gain if the gangs are turned against us?
The Empire, I'd say.
Then you have your answer.
Empire spies, eh? My favorite.
I dislike Empire spies.
Is Kyrius Empire?
I don't think they're going to turn away from the Empire or hating the Empire because of this. They're just going to assume that the Empire could put us up to it.
It's the damage it's done to the name of the Ungovernables, Egg. And Bardol Schultz himself. This will not stand. We must find those Imperial dogs and rip them limb from limb. Make them cry in front of the gangs and say, it was me, I did it, etc., etc.
Is this what you would refer to as a branding issue?
Oh, it's definitely a branding issue. Absolutely. And frankly, it's been going on the sour side of late, and we don't like it. Now we're with Rosie and the rest of the chaps. It's time for us to keep it in the green.
Where is Kyrius gone?
Night. Your passive perception allows you to hear movement from the shadows to your left.
I throw a punch at the shadows to my left.
Give me an athletics check.
Oh, that is a brilliant line.
That's 16.
16. Excellent. Reacting with lightning speed, you swing at the shadow and you hear a crunch as your fist connects with someone's face. And they immediately shout out, "Oh, easy there, big fella. Easy there. We mean you no harm."
What the deuce?
I would like to grapple whatever this is. As in grapple by, I mean lift by its whatever. I can grab.
You attempt to grapple, but the figure you're trying to grapple is actually really quite tall, which makes it a very awkward situation. As you all turn to face the noise, from the shadows step an odd group. You recognize them from the gathering, though. First up, to your left, you see a gnome with golden blonde hair, a lute casually tossed over his shoulder. There is a human on the far right, dressed in dark greens and browns, gripping an intricately carved bow. The person you're currently trying to grapple is a tall, bald human with a cloak made of wolfskin and a surly expression. And flanking him are two dwarves, obviously brothers, one in tattered blue robes carrying a smithing hammer, the other covered almost head to toe in full plate armor, carrying a shield and an axe. The imposing bald human who you're currently trying to grapple addresses you. Easy there, there's no need to cuddle me.
Who on earth are you?
My name is Kellen. Pleasure. And these are my group. I call them the Hands.
And so you might.
No, this sounds like previous characters we've encountered. Or played, I think.
Honestly, I want to rage, but I'm not going to because I don't know who they are.
You want to rage?
A name that lacks punch.
But plenty of slap.
Oh my god, I want to kill these lot.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you, Kellen. How can we help you? Why are you skulking about there in the shadows?
The figure with the intricately carved bow responds, "We know you're innocent.
Yeah.
I saw it all from the gangway. I was watching, see, with my keen eyes."
Ah, very good. Nice to have a man who actually pays attention, as Bardol side-eyes to Kyrius. Of course, as you can see, we were a trustworthy band. Of course, we'd never do anything like that. We are leaders of rebellion. We're here for positive action, not skullduggerous actions, but it's good that you've seen it. I assume you're willing to speak up on our behalf.
One of the dwarfs responds,
Careful now.
"Oh, of course we'll try. We'll try our best. We'll do everything that we can, but it's not that easy, you see. These gangs, us attempting to try and speak on your behalf, it might not work that well."
Exactly,
says the other dwarf.
I think Dom's going with satire here.
Heavy-handed satire.
Shakh approves.
Well, yes, Sorry, it's a terribly distracting accent. Sorry, I apologise.
"Perhaps I could let you know what I think I saw," says the gnome, and he strums his lute.
Please do.
"I think they were Imperials. They certainly looked like members of the Inquisition to me. They had the cold, dead eyes of the Inquisition, anyway."
Did they indeed? And how would Imperials know about a secret gang gathering?
Well, in my experience, gangs aren't very good at keeping secrets. Loose lips sink ships.
What are your names?
Well, allow me to introduce my fellow hands. Excellent at the slapping. Obviously, I'm Kellen, and we have Rollo, the bardic gnome. He's very good with the tune. And the two dwarven brothers, Rimir and Rungar. Very tough, very useful in a pinch. And of course, the mopey one over there is Shakh. I wasn't moping. I just missed the grasslands.
You did.
Pow!
Love it.
Rollo, I believe I have heard of you.
Well, we are quite magnificent.
I think I've seen your headshots in my bar.
Well, we are rather handsome.
So in Thieves' Cant, Kyrius is going to say, did you happen to see any distinguishing marks, any tattoos? What did they look like?
They look at one another. I think our friend's having a stroke. He's speaking gibberish.
He's speaking thieves can. I can understand that. I translate and repeat that in English.
We can try and talk them out of it, but the other gangs are getting angsty. We think the Empire have been here for months, winding up the situation, dividing and turning us all against one another. Not that we need an excuse, of course, but the best thing for you to do would be to head into the catacombs, the ossuary of glass, the furnace veins, the drowned chapel. From there it's just on to Vermin's Run. If you can get through that, you'll be safe. But be careful. As we understand it, there are worse things than gangs down there. We can buy you some time. Now go.
Oh, it seems a shame to run. Well, but after all that gibberish you just spent out, some of that sounded quite interesting. Furnace Run, promise of death, adventure, dark places, possible booty. Yes, why not? Be it, dear. Tell them Bardol was only joking and stiff upper lip. And down with the Empire.
And they all, in unison, chant back, down with the Empire.
Just before you go, or we go, listen, I've done like by reading up on lore. You wouldn't be like a tribute gang to the Fist, would you?
Tribute gang? How dare you? We're one of a kind. Unique. Perfect.
You certainly are. Come, Egg. Let's leave these fine people to themselves. Ciao for now.
The heavily armoured dwarf walks past Shakh and looks at him.
Good luck. Oh, thank you. If what you've just said is down there sounds better than what's behind that door. Yeah.
And he walks off. And you guys head deeper into the catacomb. You enter into an area identified by your friends, the Hands, into the Ossuary of Glass.
And with Knight's passive perception, we miss nothing. See everything. Do you also see in the dark, by any chance? Oh, he doesn't see in the dark.
I've got dark vision.
Yeah, I'm not much use.
Oh, Bardol's going to cast light.
On my forehead.
On his breastplate. He's putting on his high vis safety breastplate. Double tap chest.
Like a disco ball.
Bones are stacked like bricks along the wall, fused together with molten stained glass that refracts the glowing breastplate of Bardol Schultz. There is an eerie, cathedral-like stained glass colouring that permeates across the entire area. And just ahead of you, you see movement once again. From the shadows, you see a gang forming. Once again, you recognize this gang from the meeting that you attended. These are unusual creatures with green skin and horns. They look like a cross between an orc and a tiefling, and they move in very unnatural manner. Roll for initiative.
Oh, boys.
Favourite part.
I was just about to say, I punch the movement.
Oh my god, I just rolled 5.
Oh.
11 for me.
I rolled a massive 8.
18.
With advantage, I rolled 14.
And it's their turn first, at the top of the round.
Bloody marvellous.
They don't know what's about to happen, do they?
They move with speed and agility, jumping all over things, and they each draw out a bow. And who is the tallest in the group?
I'm 6'3".
I think it'll be Shakh.
Gotta be Shakh, I would think.
I'm 6'10".
Whoa.
Because Top is 6'9", and I made sure that Shakh was taller.
Are you imposing, though?
Yes. Damn my ego.
Phenomenal. They all aim their small crossbows at Shakh. And they all fire. And the first one misses. And the second one misses. And oh my god, the third rolled a natural 1 and misses.
Yeah.
The fourth rolls a 22.
That hits.
And the fifth rolls a 21.
That hits.
Excellent. Please take 4 piercing damage. 4.
Dummy, did you just roll a 1?
I mean, all of them people had a +6.
Wow.
That's quite impressively bad by the team.
No, Shakh is just like he was dancing. He was there like do.
Yeah. A flurry of crossbow bolts fly at Shakh, who dances and avoids all but 2 of them, which do minimal damage. And next up is Kyrius.
So, Kyrius, being a rogue, is going to drop back behind Shakh. So he has got a viewpoint of these two here. From the darkness, you will see a blue glow manifest. I hate using that word. He is going to throw a psychic dagger. So I am going to go for the guy on the right that I can see. 28 to hit. 12 damage. So I'm going to roll for Psychic Blades once again. And that is 20 to hit. That's 10 damage. And then for my third attack... Oh, yeah. Natural 1. Kyrius, using his silent hoof shoes, drops back into the darkness. You see this blue glow just emanate. And from the darkness, you just see these blades literally fly out one after the other. One hits the guy straight between the eyes. The next one hits him in the chest. The third one, however, flies over his head, and Kyrius just kind of goes, fuck.
As it flies over his head, he catches it in his hand and brings it to his tongue and licks it.
Oh.
And then throws it to the floor as it disintegrates.
Saucy.
I like you, mate. Let's have a dance.
Next up is Shakh.
Shakh is going to leave Kyrius behind without even looking. He is going to then rage while moving into combat with the biggest guy.
Nice.
And then he is going to attack. I got 28. -5. Oh, 23. That'll be, yeah, 23.
Still hits.
Does 31 damage.
Woof. For the listeners who can't see Dommy's face, he's literally got his hand over his mouth and has just looked very surprised.
I feel sick.
Shakh, in an almighty rage, just runs forwards and attacks the biggest guy back and shows the opposing party an eye for an eye. And with his first attack, leans in and slashes the guy from his top right shoulder down to his middle of his left side of his chest, and doing 31 slashing damage.
He looks bloodied. Yeesh. Okay.
And that's just the first attack.
That's just the first attack.
Take that shit.
This guy, like, his left arm is kind of limply hanging by his side at the moment. And he's like, having looked so confident when he missed his shot with his crossbow, he's now utterly terrified in the wake of Shakh in full rage mode.
Well, not wanting to hang around, Shakh immediately lifts his axe and draws it to bring it down from his left shoulder to the right side of his ribcage now, and attacks with and all the additional Great Weapon Master stuff. 12. It's a miss.
The fear makes him even more attuned to what's going on, and he's able to just duck out of the way of your attack. But the fear remains in his face. He's absolutely petrified. And next up is Egg.
Egg's not going to hang about. He's just going to run straight forward to the one in front of him, and he's going to give him a whack.
Good nice old love tap. Tappy tap tap.
With the rapier, I roll 23. With my rakish audacity, I get my sneak attack here.
Oh God, I feel sick. Again.
Okay, so the normal damage is 9. And then 9 for sneak attack. Attack with my short sword for 14.
Hits.
And damage for that is 8. And then bonus attack, only 12.
Misses.
A long way along in my training with Bardol. Actually, I'm no longer just like poking with the head. Two-handed, I am literally swirling around, obviously defending with one and attacking with the other. And so obviously, get the 2 hits, miss with the third one. And I am going to use, being my roguish side now, I am going to use fancy footwork to disengage, which means I can disengage from the combat and you can't get attack of opportunity.
Marvellous work, Egg. I love it. I love to see it. In, out, darting. Yes, good.
Come back here.
You know where I am.
And next up is Knight. What you got, big fella?
You don't want him to come back. I'm here to party.
I actually want to have a real life pint with this knight.
So, Dom, I'm attacking this one. The one to my left.
Excellent. Go for
Bluey.
it. Bluey. The one with a braided beard.
13.
Misses.
Damn it.
Oh.
Okay. Hold up. Wait a minute. So I can use Flurry of Blows. Because it just says once I take the attack action. So I get 2 more. So that is a 24 and a 19. Just got... Sorry, a bit of admin here. I just need to remove a key point.
Ooh, using a key point.
That's 16 damage. And now, for my second attack, I will withdraw Ravenna. Swing, 24. That is 13 damage. I'm going to use a superiority dice to do trip attack. So you need a DC 17 strength saving throw.
Cool. 18.
Oh,
Bastard. Okay.
monster.
Knight, seeing the 2 enemies ahead of him, thinks, I quite fancy these 2. So runs between them, throws a punch at the first one, which misses. And he realizes that, this enemy's a little bit quicker than he potentially gave him credit for.
He actually blocks it, and you recognize it as a fighting style that you are familiar with.
Ooh.
He's a monk as well. They're all monks.
Oh, naughty.
Are they the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Knight throws his first punch, and his enemy manages to block it with a technique he's familiar with. Ah, the splinter technique. Let's see what you do with this. And he throws a number of additional punches which all hit home. As his opponent steps backwards from the onslaught, he withdraws his sword and slashes upwards, cutting a nasty gouge, and then attempts a trip, which his opponent is wised.
And rounding out the first round, a Mr. Bardol Schultz.
Okay, Bardol.
So seeing everybody kind of like just peel off and begin these little combats. Just which is there a person there that has 2 katanas?
This one might have 2 katanas.
Bardol steps forward extravagantly, moving his right hand to his left hip and his left hand to his left shoulder. He draws both of his swords in a flourishing movement, with a big smile on his face, peering towards the monk in front of him holding 2 katanas. So, you've seen the pups. Now see the dog! And charges at him, swinging his swords and attacks.
Marvellous.
Please fail this roll. Please fail this one.
26, 13 slashing, 6 radiant. And then he attacks again with Day Salt. 23 for 11 slashing and 6 radiant. 14. Look, Marco, it came out of 14, look.
Pretty magical.
Bardol, please tell us a story.
Bardol approaches his enemy who holds the two swords, hoping to have found his equal in the martial arts. And with two of his finest swings of Daysong that are shining gold as he swings it, which he hasn't seen in some time, they cleave through this abhorrent beast twice, cutting it in twixt and leaving it sloppy and messy on the floor. Bardol is unimpressed and looks to the next one. Pivoting and spinning to his left, he's going to roll around the back of the guy who's fighting Shakh and stick the old offhand longsword for a 29 in his back for 11 slashing plus 19. Yeah, so just kind of doing what he loves best and involving himself in gang warfare and fighting with his fellows. Rolling to his knees like a cat, he spins around the terrible fellow that is attacking, fighting with Shakh, and with his offhand he extends his longsword back through the chest and through his heart and out the front of his chest. His opponent left quivering on the end of his sword as he withdraws it.
As his opponent falls to the ground dead, you notice a pair of nunchucks hit the ground.
Mikey! I'm going to pick him up.
Not yet, you're not.
Damn it! What I meant to say is, Bardol makes a mental note of said nunchucks.
I'll be making a mental note of Shakh.
I like the idea of Kyrius fighting with psychic nunchucks.
Do you know what? I'm literally just looking how far I am away from
That sounds
nunchucks.
awesome.
Is there a thing where he can make them whatever they want? Like he's made them daggers, right? Could they be anything? Or are they actually daggers?
Sadly not. No.
Damn it.
Back to the top of the round with this unnamed gang that is no way copyright infringement. The one on the right charges straight for Kyrius.
But just for clarity, has Bardol, for argument's sake, killed the one wearing blue and the one wearing orange?
Hypothetically, yes.
Right.
So we've just got purple and red to go.
You're the orange one? Man, love the orange guy.
The one who is charging Kyrius is wearing purple.
Does he also wield a big stick?
Nope. Unarmed strikes.
Unarmed strikes, eh?
3 of them coming your way.
Oof.
15.
Miss.
10.
Miss.
12.
Miss.
Fantastic. You guys might be a bit overpowered. The 5th from this gang charges Kyrius and starts throwing furious fists his way. Kyrius easily able to just avoid all 3 attacks.
Kyrius just looks him square in the face and goes, "Try harder, mate. You're not even making me use me hoof shoes."
There are 2 that are currently flanking Knight, and they're both going to attack him. One of them is wearing a kind of violet colour, and the other is wearing a red. Right, so one on the left. 20.
On the nose.
And his second attack is a 16. His third attack is a 22.
On his second attack, riposte.
Oh, hello. Love it. Let's do the riposte now. Let's interrupt before the third attack comes in.
Okay, 1 superiority die. 24.
Hits.
Oh, nice. 14 damage.
Knight, please tell us the story.
Oh.
Well, Knight has positioned himself in between 2 foes because he's hoping that 2 together will provide a suitable test for his skills. And whilst he's engaged with one of them, the other, in a act of pure stupidity, hits him, to which he spins and brings Ravenna up in a cruel arc from floor to ceiling, leaving his enemy hearted.
Ouch.
Love it.
And when he sees the results, he says, "You two should try harder next time." And then looks at Bardol as if seeking approval of his one-liner.
There is a glint of humour and happiness in Bardol's eye and a smile on his lips as he turns to about to kill someone else. He caught it. He didn't want to over-imply the moment, but he's happy.
You killed my brother!
And the other one launches 3 attacks. The first, 21.
That hits.
Excellent. For 5 bludgeoning damage. The second, Natural 20 for 24.
Woof.
Ouch. So that is 8 plus 8, 16 plus 3, 19 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
And the third attack, 19.
Riposte.
Damn it!
Pockets fly through his stuff.
17. 11 damage.
Ooh. He's got one left.
Damn you.
So, in rage, he starts punching Knight in the face. Knight, you can tell that his training is letting him down as his rage takes over, and he's able to hit you with 2 very palpable hits. But the third, he overextends himself and swings over your head, allowing you to riposte.
I'm taking some severe punches to the face, and I just literally bring Ravenna around. Actually, no, you know what? I'm just going to use the hilt of Ravenna to strike him back in the face as I see his guard drop in his anger. And then I'm going to give him a very stern look, a smile, and then spit some blood on the floor.
Kyrius.
If anybody else tries to kill this guy, I fucking kill them. You lot better start healing wounds.
I tell you what, there's
now.
absolutely no way he's surviving through to your next round. I'll tell you that much. He's got 1 hit point, and there's scavengers all around you.
So, Kyrius, seeing that this guy has taken a heavy amount of damage and is literally on his hind legs, is just gonna look at him and go, "You need to die, mate." And he's gonna throw a dagger at the one fighting Knight.
You're literally in hand-to-hand combat with another one, and you're choosing to...
Hey, look, I've got
I'm not
3
judging.
attacks.
I'm just clarifying for the listener of exactly what you're doing.
I mean, I feel like everyone's forgetting the fact that I was the one fighting this dude. No, just did like a random 26.
And you ran away.
I'm a rogue. I'm being
You ran in, you hit
roguish.
him, you ran off again.
I'm doing rogue things.
That's 25 to hit.
Well, I mean, it's a hit. So, Kyrius, tell us a story.
Yeah. So Kyrius, seeing this guy, literally, Knight has been battering him. He's been slashing him with Ravenna. He's almost got him down, and he's seen that he's not quite down yet. So Kyrius, just from a distance, throws a psychic dagger just right to the side of the guy's head as he's squaring up to Knight, and just goes, "Sit down, mate. I think you've had enough." And then turns to this guy here.
While he's doing that, Bardol sees that happen and he turns, "Kyrius, well done. I'm so proud of you. You make me so proud. There's nothing like padding stats. Well done."
I've never been more proud.
Kyrius is just going to look at Bardol and go, "That one was for you, fella."
Well, kill count's all that matters.
You are in combat.
KD ratio, looking decent, mate. And then, yes, so he's going to turn to this blue dude and sneak up to the side of him and go, "Watcha." And he's going to basically stab him in the side of the chest for 22. And that is 14 damage.
Very nice.
And for his bonus attack...
Locking it down. 14 is what you need.
Oh, wait, did you see it pause?
Yeah, it paused there for sure.
It totally did.
Absolute Hollywood display by Roll20 there.
Slow
So
roll.
Kyrius is just going to put his hand on his shoulder and just be like...
Hold on. Can I just stop? You do have to roll the damage, because if you roll a 1, you don't kill him.
That is true.
Ooh, yeah. Hits.
Oh.
Roll for damage.
Who else wants a 1?
No. Why are you being so mean?
Oh, it's Hollywoody.
10. Absolutely
That is
eviscerates
10
the geezer.
damage. So Kyrius is just going to sidle up next to him. He's going to put his hand on his shoulder and go, "I'm really sorry, mate. Are you all right?" With his right hand, he's got a psychic dagger, and he literally just puts it right under his rib cage. Digs it in, sidles him down to the floor, and pats him on the head and goes, "Sleep well."
Nasty. And you are out of combat.
As that last one kind of goes, Bardol's kind of slowly walking over to Kyrius and says to him, I'm very impressed with you lately, Kyrius. I'm rather alarmed with your, should we say, apologetic style and insistence on putting your enemies to some kind of slumberous afterlife. It's rather alarming. It must be quite terrifying for them. But yes, I applaud you. Yeah, well done. I admire your industry, and I'm happy to have you. Well done. Yes, but terrifying. And I think I'll struggle to sleep tonight with the words I just heard from your lips. And he just kind of like absentmindedly kind of wanders off, like wondering like why is he so horrific.
You say we're out of combat, but what Knight's going to do is jump on the guy he was fighting and cut him with, or basically stab him with his sword, and then look at the rest of them and go, "He was still alive."
As it was actually my turn after Kyrius, I'm going to use my initiative turn because I just see like a nice sparkly thing sitting at the feet of Bardol. And as Bardol's gone over tonight to talk to him and left them behind, I'm going to pick up their nunchucks, sorry.
So Knight is going to sidle over to Kyrius. "Hi, Kyrius. How are you doing?"
"I'm alright, fella. Kinda like how you killed that fella. Are you okay, though?"
"I'm okay, but I wish to speak to you. I noticed you out here stealing kills from people, and I feel like, how do I put this? Maybe you are masking your grief with rage, and I just want to let you know that if you need a shoulder to cry on or somebody to speak to, I'm here for you."
Kyrius is going to look at Knight. He's just going to touch him on the shoulder and go, "Thanks, mate. I'm not stealing kills, though. I'm just making sure that my party doesn't die. But I appreciate the comments. And do you know what? In the next few days, I might need a little chat with you because I'm going through some stuff."
That's what I understand. I overheard your conversation with Bardol, and I want you to know that I feel your pain. I know a lot about grief. I once plunged a sword into a man's collarbone, and it snapped as he fell over, and the sword was broken, and I was very upset. So I know what you're going through.
Yeah, it's always upsetting when the sword breaks. He's going to pull out of his back pocket a file, and he's just going to look him dead in the eyes and just start filing down his horns and go, "I appreciate your words, mate. You're all right. I like you. Just stay away when I start looking a bit odd."
That seems like when you'll need me most, but we'll grow into that, I should say. So I'm here for you, my friend.
Strange thing happening here, all this blood and la and now kindness, and I don't know what that was, Knight, but yes, it's unnerving. But if we try and keep our wits about us, boys, and head on a swivel and our eyes on the prize, I think we can get out of here okay. Yes, I think we're all going down a bit of a dark path at the moment, and he kind of looks at Kyrius kind of out of his side of his eye and just starts to lead the boys further into the catacombs.
And Shakh has been standing in the background watching his fellow brethren do they recount their latest emotions. He's a bit bemused by the emotional side of things because Shakh doesn't know emotions. He doesn't even understand what the concept is. But he does know that there have been kills stolen. And he's a little bit unsure about this and sees a little bit of uncertainty in the Brotherhood. And he's just standing at the background, watching.
At this point, Egbert is literally thinking to himself, I've spent 3 months at sea eating nothing but gruel with a ship full of blokes that were cheery in this fucking bunch.
Shakh, while you're stood there watching the descent in the party, you receive a magical message.
Ooh.
Master Shakh, if I were you, I would not accept this kind of behavior. These are supposed to be your friends, and yet they take glory from you.
Shakh just looks around, panicking.
Who said that? Who said that? Was that you?
And he looks at the team.
What's that, Jack? Who said what?
Jack, are you okay? Would you like to talk about it, my brother?
No.
Bardol puts his arm up tonight. Not right now, Knight. Just a moment. Jack, what's the problem?
Nothing. Did you just not hear that voice?
No.
No?
What did the voice say, Shakh?
Oh, it's okay. It might have been one of my inside voices. They like to play tricks on me from now.
Nothing to fear, old bean.
I'm just looking forward to what's down the other end of that's coom.
Marvellous, yes. Let us onward, Shakh, and fight shoulder to shoulder as we always have. Let us kill and revel. And, maybe we'll get out the other side.
Excellent.
And he embraces you by the shoulder and then walks along with you towards the catacombs, as you were saying you were leading us in.
And as you walk, you hear the clinking of small crystals falling onto the floor around you. Kyrius, you notice a shimmer in the air, denoting something is invisible and in the room with you. As the crystals hit the floor, there is a crackle of energy, and sparks of lightning arc up and attach themselves to each of you. Can I have intelligence saving throws from all of you, please?
Jesus, what?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
-3.
Yeah, I felt exactly the same, considering my intelligence is 8.
I rolled a natural 20 for 23.
I rolled a natural 20 for 20.
Egg rolled a 17 for 17.
We're all thick motherfuckers.
Shakh rolled a 12 for 9.
13.
Please take 12 psychic damage. Having taken the psychic damage, your eyes are still fixated on the shimmer in the air that you can see in the low lighting as it sprints away from you further into the catacombs.
Reminds me of a nymph I romanced once. How alluring this place is, eh? Be on your guard, boys. Seduction may be in the air. Follow me, old chap. Down the gullet, let's find out what's afoot.
Knight's just going to take out his notepad and he's going to write down Shakh hearing voices, Kyrius seeing ghosts, Bardol narcissist. And then I'm going to put egg ?
As you head further into the catacombs, following the shimmer identified by Kyrius, Shakh, you once again receive a magical message. That is right, Master Shakh. Please, come towards me. And we will end it there.
You've been listening to Dice Company's The Ungovernables, starring Mark Barrett as Knight, Chris O'Connell as Egg, Micky Arnold as Shakh, Cy Binns as Kyrius, and Scott Parker as the greatest swordsman who has ever lived, Bardol Schultz, with Tom Patrick as your dungeon master.
The humans of Dice Company would like to thank the following sweethearts for their support: Tifa Kaboom, Dave Patterson, Boy Genius, Zeus Legion, Zero Nova, Sepulchre Stennett, Marky B, Jenny the War Camel, Stephen Sikora, Laurie Gosler, Micky Arnold, Happy Daddy Scotty, Tika, SJ Phionics, Richard Ungamus, Rabbi Camel, Team #StayToxic, Path Pursuit, Paris Pakar, Julia Zeno, Shovels, Queenie, and extra special thanks to our very own Council of the Rojan, Mama Strange, Axel Runholm, and Chris from North London.
I like that fact, Dom. That quote. I feel like I know that one, but I like it. I don't know who says that. It's good.
I'm not entirely sure where I got it from, actually.
It felt a little bit targeted.
I wasn't subtweeting Kyrius.
Metagaming.
Yeah, everybody's now on the defensive.
The hands. We call them the hands? The hands.
He does, yeah.
The knuckles.
As the ossuary of glass, the knuckles. That's even better!
No. The knuckle shufflers.
Oh, amazing.
I'm going to make a note of this and re-record all of that. Lore.
Thanks for listening. Please consider supporting Dice Company on Patreon, where for the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to a whole other show, Extra Roll, as well as an ad-free listening experience. The Dice Company Discord server, along with our socials, can be found on our link tree in the show notes. If you enjoyed this chapter, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to recommend us to your friends. If you didn't like it, recommend us to your enemies. And we'll see you next time on Dice Company.